What's going on, everyone? If you are a DIY mechanic or a professional one even for that matter, you are going to want to watch this video on the new OBD2 scanner that Topdon have kindly sent me. Yes, welcome back everyone. It is Adam from Green Auto Services and we are actually reporting from down under to the beautiful coast of Western Australia in the city of Perth. So the very nice people at Topdon have sent me their top scan OBD2 Bluetooth dongle reader. That is a bit of a mouthful, but that's effectively what it is. And in this video, we are going to be looking at the three cars behind us. So to my right here, we have a 2008 Ford Fiesta. Directly behind me, we have a 2019 Nissan Cashai. And to my left-hand side is a brand spanking new 2024 VW Golf. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the OBD2 scanner to speak to all the vehicles and see exactly what this thing can do. Whilst you're here, if you're enjoying the video, don't hesitate to hit the like button, drop us a comment with any kind of feedback. More importantly, hit that subscribe button. Everything is going amazingly and your support means everything. So without further ado, let's get this hooked up to the first vehicle and see exactly what this thing is capable of. Okay, here we go then, guys. So we are in the first of three vehicles. So this is the 2008 Ford Fiesta. Now the reason why I'm doing three vehicles is that I actually want to show you the versatility of this product across a range of not only vehicle models but the ages as well. So the furthest back that I have access to today is this Ford Fiesta 2008. So once you've purchased your Topdon top scan, is a bit of a mouthful, try and saying that over and over again very quickly, you want to remove it from the packaging. You want to scan the QR code, which is just at the bottom right of the packet, and that will give you the app to download and the full instructions of how to set it up. I won't show you how to do that because it is incredibly easy. I've already done it, had a little play with it, and it is really easy. Okay, so I've just taken the scanner out of its box. It is actually a really neat OBD2 dongle. So this is Bluetooth. Effectively, you just plug this into your OBD2 reader and then Bluetooth it to your phone once it's all set up, and you can do everything from your phone, just like a normal scanner, but without the hard wire. So I'm just going to spin you around on the Ford Fiestas. They are down behind a small little storage compartment to the right-hand side of the kick panel. So on this particular model, you just want to go to the right-hand side. You want to pull this storage compartment down. That's as far as it needs to go. And if you look just up there, here is our white OBD2 reader. So literally with your dongle, you just want to, it can only go around one way because it is shaped. So just put that up in there and connect it. Okay, so don't get fooled though. When you open up the QR code and the app, it's actually going to take you to this app here. Now it is actually called Top Guru. That is the correct one. As you can see, I've already downloaded it, so I'm going to open it. And this effectively is the home page that you get. Now in maintenance here, this is like your standard maintenance items that are accessible. It's a short list, but these are incredibly useful sections for any DIY mechanic or professional mechanic for that matter. You've got oil, for example, resetting service lights, electronic parking brake, releasing the parking brake, DPF, I haven't looked into just yet on a diesel, but I presume you can do DPF regenerations, things like that, airbags, live data perhaps, diagnostics, but effectively these are the most common and needed kind of everyday general bread and butter things that you're going to need. So what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into diagnostics. Now from here onwards, you would literally find the vehicle brand and download it to your phone. Now because I have already downloaded it to my phone, I'm just going to go straight into Ford, go to automatic diagnostic. It gives you an option to enter VIN manually or tap read. I am going to read, which is just down at the bottom here. Now you do need the ignition on, and then if I go to read, there we go, and just in a matter of seconds that has brought up the details of the vehicle. We're going to go down to confirm, establishing communication, and here we are. We can now do a variety of things. So for example, let's do an auto scan. This is going to scan everything that it can do on the vehicle. So if you go to scan, now this is real time, it's processing as we speak. As you can see, the bar at the top is your progress indicator. We're already at 45-50%, which is a lot quicker than a lot of diagnostics I know out there. And then, as you can see, when it does complete, it will give you a full list of everything that you can look into. I do have a fault here in the power steering control module. This hasn't affected anything at all from what I know driving it. We're going to go to read diagnostic trouble codes. Now, this is a fault code here that I didn't actually realise I have, but it looks like we've got a configuration incompatible. I may just need to do a reset on the steering column, but I'm actually going to look into that a little bit later. I don't want this video to drag out too long. So that's reading fault codes. We can clear diagnostic trouble codes. Condition ignition on, engine off. Yes. And already they've been successfully cleared, so we're going to turn everything off for 5 seconds. Followed by the ignition on. Confirm. Read diagnostic trouble codes. Now this is probably going to still be in there because it needs to be configured accordingly. There's the warning sign that I'm going back into the module again. Oh, but fortunately, no trouble codes. So there we are. As easy as that, I've managed to clear a trouble code that I didn't actually know I had in the system. So we're going to confirm that and go back to the function main menu. Are you sure you want to exit auto scan? When these prompts come up, please do follow them. They're very, very important. So we've got something like hot functions as well. These are normally the more common ones. So for example, we've got oil reset. I know on these Ford Fiestas there is no service light to reset. Throttle adaptation, that's normally just resetting learnt values if you've ever replaced the throttle body or cleaned it out. And obviously there's other things as well which you do need to work through. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. So we're going to go back to, oh, and there we are, even reminds you to get your OBD2 connector out. So just to give you another example, I'm actually going to go into the engine and purposely disconnect a sensor. I want to force a diagnostic trouble code into the system. So I've gone into the engine bay and I've just disconnected a sensor. I'm a little bit annoyed, if I'm honest, because I've invested a substantial amount of money in my own diagnostic tools, and this is a fraction of the price and does pretty much everything you need to do on a daily basis. So yeah, lesson learnt, but you can never have too many diagnostics, I guess. And as you can see, I'm now scanning the entire vehicle. Now already in the PCM, the powertrain control module, I do have 2 faults. So although the engine light wasn't on straight away, there are some faults that have been picked up. So when you hit report, it just confirms that this is the vehicle information. Go to continue, and then this gives you a list of all the modules that were scanned and what faults are in there. So yeah, there we go. Without fail, we now have new fault codes for intake air temperature sensor circuit 1 high and mass or volume airflow sensor A circuit low. So we all think this could be a mass airflow sensor. Let me just take you out of the car. There we are, and as you can see, all I literally did was just disconnect the mass airflow sensor, which does incorporate the temperature sensor as well. So we're just going to plug that back in, put the lock back on. So then when we come back to the vehicle, we can save it for our records, because it's always good to save all the previous fault codes. So then we're going to go back, system list. So we're now going to go to clear diagnostic trouble codes. It's going to tell you a couple of instructions before you go. Yes, that's fine. And straight away, within a matter of seconds, that has already been cleared. So we're going to read diagnostic trouble codes again. And as you can see, I have no trouble codes. Just goes to show how easy it is to use. You can do this at home. It's an incredibly affordable bit of kit, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this in my toolbox because I know it could come in very, very handy. Okay, there we are. So that is car number 1 done. Now, I've probably spent more time on this car just showing you the basics of it. Once you get one, use it, have a play around with it. Just make sure 100% you follow the prompts that are on the screen. If you're ever nervous about doing anything, which you shouldn't be, then, you know, just say no, come out of it, exit, start again. The most important thing that you can do is obviously follow the instructions. Never remove this from the OBD2 connector, especially if you are in the process or currently connected to the PCM or any other module. If you remove this, you could cause some damage to the module. It could just be a communication fault or anything like that. In all honesty, probably nothing's going to happen, but don't put yourself in that position where something could possibly happen. So just follow the instructions, make sure you remove it when you're told to, and you'll be absolutely fine. So on that note, let's now go to the next car, a much newer one, and I will show you exactly why I've picked this next car, and even the car after that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are in the next car. So this is the 2019 Nissan Qashqai. Now straight away, just to let you know, the OBD connector, if you do have a Qashqai, is actually located behind a plastic panel, again on the driver's side in the kick panel. I'm just going to jump out, swing around and show you exactly where that is. So down here on the driver's side, you have a small plastic section here which can be removed. Now it is a little bit stiff, you do have to give it a bit of a pull, and it just pops out like that, and right here is your OBD2 connector. Now I actually haven't downloaded a Nissan app for this yet, so to do this, go straight to the top, type in Nissan, and straight away it comes up. So we're going to download Nissan. Okay, now I've already had a little play with gaining access to this vehicle. Now because we're currently down in Australia, the vehicle is technically an import, so it does make it a little bit more difficult to find. Automatic will only get you so far. In this instance I've had to do manual, so we go straight into manual. We have to go to Oceania, we have to go to Australia, and then actually find Qashqai, which is there. Now I know this generation is a J11, and this is 2019 onwards. There we are. So I've manually selected the vehicle itself. So we're going to go to confirm. We're going to go to auto scan. We're going to go to scan, and there we are. That's already talking to the car. Okay, so it may have taken a little bit longer, but here we go. Everything is all done. This will list all the modules, how many faults are in, and then if you keep going, it will then list everything individually. I'm not going to take you through everything. It's just to show you that once it has scanned, it will tell you how many faults are in that system, and then it will give you those systems with the faults with the unique DTCs, diagnostic trouble codes, and a description for. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring you to this particular vehicle, yes, I want to exit, is this one has an electronic parking brake. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you a vehicle that has an electronic parking brake is purely because you need a diagnostic tool to release the rear parking brake when you're doing general maintenance on your brakes. Now, this is specific, especially for DIY mechanics. Not a lot of people will have access to tool to be able to release the parking brake electronically, and you may come across a couple of issues winding the pistons back. Yes, you can remove the covers off the back of the motors, remove the motors themselves, actually manually wind that in. It's kind of like a fail-safe design. If electronically everything goes down, you can do that, but I kind of would want to urge you to not do it just in case you accidentally damage something. So I basically want to try this dongle to show you that for a very cost-effective component, you can actually do a very, very useful thing on there, so you can do some general maintenance yourself and save yourself some money. Hope that makes sense. I've probably just rambled on about random stuff, but I hope you get the point. So let's go back into the app and see if we can release the electronic parking brake so you can successfully wind your pistons back for general maintenance. Okay, so once we've come back to the menu, we've only got 3 choices. However, we've done auto scan, so straight into hot functions, and as you can see, we've got oil reset, BMS reset, so that's battery monitoring reset. So if you ever fit a brand new battery, you can tell the vehicle we've got a new battery on there. That's actually a really useful thing. That's very, very good, but that will be explained in another video. Now, EPB reset, this is your electronic parking brake reset. So this is what we want to go into there. Then it gives you a few more options. Now, don't be too confused. They all sound very similar, but they actually all operate different things. Now, what we need to do, let's just say for argument's sake, you want to release the rear parking brake caliper because you're changing out at least your pads. You want to retract the parking brake motor to allow you to still manually push back the piston. So in this respect, although my OCD's kicking in, I'd want these two the other way around. Here you've got start brake pad replacement. Let's release the rear caliper. So you want to go into start brake pad replacement. Now here it's basically saying touch start before replacing rear brake pad. So you're going to press start down here. It is telling you release the brake caliper now. That's just basically saying release the parking brake. So foot on the brake pedal. And as you can hear, Now, I have got the vehicle secure. It is in park, so it's not going to go anywhere, but that is the rear parking brake released. So if we go to start, we should hear the rear calipers now completely unwind, which will allow you to push the piston back. It just takes you to a next screen, current status, waiting for your operation. Click start. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but that has all been released. So what I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to put the camera down by the wheel so you can at least hear exactly what's going on as I activate it. Okay, so actually whilst I had you on the floor, what I actually did is go into close calipers. Now this is really easy. I came out of here, I just went into finish brake pad replacement, and you're just doing the same thing in reverse, and what that will do is that will then close the calipers to the correct point. It will then slightly release it, and then you go down to the parking brake only once the procedure's complete, and then put the handbrake on. And there we are, it's as easy as that. So on that note, we are now done here in the Qashqai. Let me now take you to the brand new 2024 VW Golf. Okay, and here we are in a brand new 2024 VW Golf. I'm just going to give you a spin around. I think we can all appreciate the fine finish on this vehicle. Check that out. It is so modern and contemporary, nice and clean. A very amazing finish. So well done, VW. But more importantly, we need to see if we can talk to such a new vehicle. So first things first, let's get our OBD2 reader. Now the OBD2 connector is just under here. Now this is a very common location for a lot of VW, Audi, Skoda and Seat vehicles. So just go ahead, and again, it only goes in one way. Just pop that in. Let's get ignition on. So when you're searching for VW, it doesn't come under Volkswagen, it comes under VW. So we will go and download. Okay, here we are. So I've downloaded the software. Let's go into automatic, read VIN, making sure the ignition is on. Okay, now in this instance, I've had to manually put the VIN in, which on these vehicles can be found on the main pillar just outside the door there. Now I accidentally missed the fact that a security message came up. Now these modern vehicles, not across all of the ranges but some of them, there are actually security access gateways that you do need authorization to talk to the vehicle. Now only certain scan tools will have them integrated, and only certain garages or dealers will have direct access for security issues. Now it was more of a warning message. I have just clicked confirm, and we are now on this home page. So we are going to do an auto scan. It's now establishing communications with the vehicle, and we will see what happens. Now again, there we are, that's listed all the modules. We're going to scan. So I've just been having a little play with this behind the camera. Now, because this is an absolutely brand new vehicle, it turns out I believe there's actually going to be some security restrictions on here. And the brutal honesty is, I actually, although I can talk to the vehicle, I actually can't talk to the vehicle. I've actually, although I've manually put the VIN in, the VIN is 100% correct, and it is going in and giving me my options, and I'm selecting the right vehicle. Communications seems to be incredibly limited, which is unfortunate. I've gone into the electric parking brake, it keeps coming up with the same communication error. Now this is the SFD unlock is required for the current model, so this is basically saying there is a security protocol and I cannot actually talk to the vehicle, but unfortunately I can't seem to talk to it using this one. However, the other two cars were absolutely fine. So this is probably something I'm going to need to look into a bit more, perhaps even Topdon we're going to need to look into a bit more. I will be speaking with them directly, see if we can come up with a game plan. So unfortunately in this respect, we actually can't talk to this vehicle. You do need specialist diagnostics. Purely out of curiosity behind the scenes, I am going to get my scan tool that I've got at the garage and actually see if that has the built-in protocol to actually speak to these vehicles. Now I am under the presumption it does. That was one of the main reasons why I purchased it. So in this respect, we are going to come back out of this, we are going to exit, we are going to cancel, and we are going to go back to the home screen. There we are, and please remove your dongle so you don't forget it. There we go. So Unfortunately, there's not more we can do on that one. So in regards to brand new vehicles, please do double check with the software that you're purchasing or the vehicle manufacturer itself whether or not you have limited security protocols when it comes to actually talking to any of the control modules on the vehicle. Okay, and there we have it, we are all done. Now, a huge thank you to Topdon for sending me out this OBD2 reader. Although we were unfortunate enough to not be able to talk to the 24 plate VW Golf for security reasons, we were able to successfully talk to the Ford Fiesta and the Nissan Cashai to do a variety of hot functions so you can do it yourself and to save you a lot of money. It's the whole point of these things. I'll be putting a link for this product in the description of the video, so please don't hesitate to check it out. But on that note, thanks again for everyone who's watching, all your support. Please don't hesitate to hit the like button, drop me a comment for anything anyone would like to add to this, and by all means, please hit that subscribe button. Your support means everything to me. So on that note, this is a glorious day. I'm going to shut everything down and go enjoy the rest of my weekend. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys in the next video.